Pada hari Selasa, 31 Maret 2015, di Konsul Jendral Republik Indonesia New York diadakan sebuah acara tentang kopi dan pameran peta tua yang ditemukan pada abad ke-15 yang dimana diadakan oleh perusahaan organik Kopi dengan difasilitasi oleh KJRI New York. Acara ini dihadiri kurang lebih 40 tamu undangan dari berbagai kalangan, antara lainnya Menteri Tenaga Kerja Republik Indonesia Bapak Konsul New York Bapak Ghafur Putra, Dewatap Bapak Anshor, dan beberapa pejabat penting lainnya.
Firstly, we have the Minister of Labor. In English, I have to say it like that. Here, normally they say as Secretary of Labor, but in Bahasa we call it Menteri Tenaga Kerja. And I'm very honored, especially ladies and gentlemen, having him for tonight. But another guest that we love to share with you tonight is Pak Dean. Where is Pak?
Dean.
Here Pak Dean.
Di sini Pak Dean.
He's American. Pak Dean, please come. Yeah. I met him about 3 years ago. Yeah.
Yes, you remember. Yes.
Yes. I know him not only because of he loves Indonesia, but he loves Indonesian coffee.
Yes.
He imports a lot of Indonesian coffee, and he's doing in the grain the best for Indonesian farmer. That is through fair trade.
Sedikit saja, like everybody in America, right? In just 1 minute, I'll explain that I've been involved in working in many countries. We work in 10 countries with my company now, but I've been working in Indonesia since 1988, when I was involved in a nonprofit, and we built a beautiful community well program in Sidikalan, in Sumatera Utara. And I fell in love with Indonesia then, and it was inevitable that I would start doing more work there. So when I started my own coffee company in 1993, one of the first things I did was visit Indonesia, go back to Sumatra, and try to create relationships. And I'm very proud to say that I helped bring in the very first organic Sumatran coffee into the United States back then, to open the doors for organic coffee from Indonesia. And it's great coffee. Indonesian coffee is my favorite, okay? I love Sumatran coffee, I love Bali, Toraja, it's everything. Everything's wonderful. But especially Sumatra, it's got a very special place in my heart, and I've done a lot of work there over the years. Our business model is very unique because we don't just buy coffee and accept the fact that coffee farmers are living in a constant state of underdevelopment and poverty, but we accept that if we're working with farmers, we need to create a true partnership. So not only do we pay exceptionally high prices, but much more importantly, we do development projects in each and every coffee village. It's not charity, we don't give money to CARE or some other organization. We work directly with the farmers, and we provide training and facilitation to the farmers to create the programs that address their needs as they describe them. Then they manage and they own the programs. That's the unique thing. I started my company in 1993 as an experiment to see if it was possible for a business to pay good money to the farmers for a product, coffee, and also to be involved in their lives in the issues of development. Is it possible for a company to do both those things and still be profitable? If that's the case, then we have a new business model. That was in 1993, and we've been profitable every year since then, and we've had a great impact on the farmers in 10 different countries since then. So I think we've proven that business can be a positive force in the lives of farmers, not just always taking. Actually, Sumatra was the first country Indonesia was the first country I visited, and specifically Sumatra. And then after that, Ethiopia. And in both places, we work with the farmers to create organic coffee and bring it to America for the first time. And that opened up markets for the farmers in Sumatra and Ethiopia for the first time, not just to sell to us, but to sell to Starbucks and Green Mountain and all the other companies, because my business isn't about me becoming a millionaire, it's about how can a business help the farmers achieve their goals of development. So we met with really great people and helped them form cooperatives and then work with the cooperatives to make better coffee and bring it to the United States. Yeah, well, specifically I think the best coffee in Sumatra is the Gayo Mountain coffee. In Sumatra Utara, just below Aceh. The coffee there has the most body, it's the strongest taste, but it's also very smooth and also low acid, which is good for especially old guys like me, for our stomachs. So I think that the Sumatran coffee is particularly interesting and good coffee. And it has become the most popular organic coffee in the world. Sure, we go to Bali a lot, we go to Flores, we go to Sulawesi. We're trying to get coffee in Toraja certified organic, because right now there's no certified organic coffee from Toraja. So we're working on that. But that's my business model, is to help farmers develop their products so they can make more money and control their lives better.
Menurut Dean Cycon, kopi Sumatera dan jenis Gayo adalah yang terbaik di dunia.
Harrison? Well, I actually, I'm not saying this because you're in Indonesia, but Indonesian coffee is my favorite coffee in the world. It always has been. I think it has the most rounded taste, and it's very consistent from year to year. I think the farmers do a great job of harvesting and processing the coffee, and as a result, they get higher prices than most other coffee countries, which is good for the farmers. The Maluku, the Spice Islands, have a very long history. The concept of globalization was created in the Malukus when the Dutch made the first multinational corporation, the VOC. Since that time, the people in Maluku have never really realized the benefit from the spices. They always got little money because the spice gets sold to this guy, gets sold to this guy, gets sold to Europe, gets sold to... So there's no direct trade and there's no fair trade in spices in Maluku, and I want to change that. So I want to go to the Spice Islands and create direct, fair trade, organic relationships so the farmers will get more money and get their products out to the world more directly.
Pameran peta juga sangat menarik perhatian para pengunjung, dan ada beberapa peta asli yang ditemukan pada abad ke-15. Bahkan, menurut Dean Cycon, ada peta yang berusia 500 tahun.
For years I've been collecting maps, and one of the main reasons I collect maps is they show the evolution of exploration, the evolution of trade, and also the evolution of how people think about each other. So on many of my maps in Indonesia, the early maps show people cannibals, people eating other people, people cutting heads off, because the Europeans, they didn't know people in Asia, but that's what they thought they were like. And of course, that disappears from the maps as they get more and more modern. And so I have a collection that starts before Columbus, and it shows the history of how Europe has imagined Indonesia over the last 400, 500 years. And so I wanted to share this wonderful collection with the Indonesian community here in New York, because these maps are very rare, and frankly, nobody in Indonesia sees them because they're all over the world, but they're not in Indonesia. So here's this opportunity for the Indonesian community to see maps of their own country. Oh, these are original maps, yeah. Many of them are one of a kind. So they're very, very, very rare and very valuable. But to me, they have a lot of meaning, so I've always collected them, and I'm so happy to share them.